Welcome to Caldwell County Today. I'm Paige Counts, Public Information Officer for Caldwell County. We're at Cedar Rock today to talk about Robin's Nest swing into, no, is that right?
Yes.
Swing into spring. Okay, I did get it right. But first, let's talk a little bit about Robin's Nest. Shelley, tell us about Robin's Nest and what's new at Robin's Nest.
Okay, well, Robin's Nest is a children's advocacy center. So what happens there is that we help children who have made an outcry of maltreatment. We receive referrals from law enforcement or the Department of Social Services, and then we work with them on their case. So we do forensic interviews, child medical evaluations, advocacy, therapy. We do everything we can to help the child and the what we call non-offending caretaker. So that's the role of Robin's Nest.
Karen, you're an educator.
Yes.
You're in the school system. Tell us about, as an educator, your relationship with Robin's Nest. I know you're the board chair now, but I feel like you have had a long relationship with Robin's Nest.
I have had a long relationship with Robin's Nest. I meant to look at what number of years I've been on there now, because I continue to renew, of course, and if I can be a lifer, I will be. But as an educator, you know, you see all types of children, you hear all types of life stories, home atmospheres and whatnot. So to know that Robin's Nest is in our community, it's just such a blessing. Because it's the mission statement says it all: to pursue justice, provide hope, and promote healing. I mean, what better entity is there around here, or more powerful than what they do at Robin's Nest for our children who need those services?
Katie, you are a board member and also chair of the event that's coming up, but tell us why you became a board member.
Wow. I started, I was asked to join the initial group in 2009 to formulate. So we had the police department, we had DSS, we had educators, we had social workers, and we met to fix things, we thought. Well, it took a while. So we put our heads together and we formulated, I guess, all the guidelines. We found a place to start. We started upstairs in Ralph Presswood's building, and we found a director, Ervil Anderson, and started the ball rolling with fundraising, and we finally opened in 2011. The building that we're in now, after massive renovation. I didn't know I was a contractor until then. But we did a wonderful job of putting that together. Great people. And I was on the board then, of course. I was one of the first members, so I rolled off 2 years ago, and I rolled back on this fall. So
We're so happy.
We're very pleased. We're so honored, and it's so special to have Robin's Nest. Caldwell County folks thought about Robin's Nest, didn't call it Robin's Nest, but they knew that our children needed attention. In 1985, they got together with the task force and started it. So you see how long it took us to get there. So it's important that we keep it together because it is a massive, wonderful service.
Shelley, as executive director, how can the community help keep it together?
Well, we can use any type of donation that you would like to give us. We do not charge for any of our services, and so in order to maintain the quality of work that we do and the services for these children, we're dependent on our community. And so far, our community has been absolutely beyond expectations. Caldwell County is a very giving and philanthropic community. We're not the only nonprofit in need of support, and you know, we're not Mecklenburg or something like that, and yet we're able to keep all of us afloat and providing services for families that need it. So I would love for the community to continue to support us, as well as other nonprofits. And one great way is to come to Swing into Spring, where you can have a great night of food, fun, fellowship, and philanthropy.
Okay, let's start with the basics. When is Swing into Spring?
Okay. April 29th. It is from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. It is here at Cedar Rock. We have a wonderful buffet that will be served at 7. We have entertainment. Ranger Tucker will be providing us with dinner music. And then Fractured, the band Fractured, will be providing us with entertainment. And we are excited because they're part of the community too. So we have an extravaganza. We started that years ago, and COVID kind of shut us down, but we have it back. And so we have eggs that you can purchase for $20. Well, they're, they're not real eggs.
Those are too expensive.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, exactly.
For $20, and then you receive a gift with that egg number for a gift of $25 or more from the community. We go out into the community and ask for gift certificates, gift cards, gifts, and folks are very responsive.
Do you have to attend the event to purchase an egg?
Yes, to purchase the egg. We do have a raffle also, a raffle for a wonderful trip. Well, there's your choice of, I think it's four trips. Four trips. And we do have raffle tickets for sale. And no, you don't have to attend if you wish to buy a raffle ticket. We have a beautiful set of earrings that Gold Mine has donated. And that will be another raffle that we will have here. And just a good time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
How do folks get tickets?
So they can go online. They just go to robinsnestcac.org, and you click on the events tab, and you will see the 2 events that we have going on right now, which is Swing into Spring and Change for Children, which is a school run event. So you click on the picture for Swing into Spring, and you can purchase tickets. If you want to underwrite our event, you can click on there, and you can give in that way as well. In order to get the raffle trip tickets, you do need to see a board member or come to Robin's Nest, talk to us about it.
Okay. What are the trip options this year?
All right, guys. You can wind down to Hillsburg. Say it right? Healdsburg. And it's a 3-night stay with airfare for 2. And then you can also, let me get to the next one. You can also choose a Charleston luxury getaway, which is a 3-night stay for 2. And you can choose your Fairmont hotel or resort in the United States. So any Fairmont hotel or resort in the United States, another 3-night stay with airfare for 2. And then, okay, say it, because I'll be the
Punta Cana Resort and Club Caribbean Paradise.
Yes, and that's a 4-night stay with airfare for 2. So those are your 4 options, and $20 a ticket or 6 tickets for $100. So the winner gets a great deal.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I have sold the winning ticket before, so if you want to buy from me.
You can maybe look her up through Caldwell County Schools.
That's right. South Caldwell, Karen Isbell.
Just in case you want to buy a ticket.
Exactly.
Tell us how these funds, you have a little bit, how are these funds used?
So our Swing into Spring funds are used to provide therapy and medical services for our kids, and those services in particular. We have 3 therapists on staff. One of them is a contract, one of them, and the other 2 are on staff. They're both part-time. I would love to be able to hire more therapists because we have such a need. Right now we are on a 2 to 3 week wait for new clients. With our therapy, we use what's called TFCBT, which stands for Trauma-Focused Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, and we go at the child's pace. So it's not 4 sessions and you're done, or 6 sessions and you're done. It's dependent on that child and what the therapist recommends, and that means that the child is given what they need tailored to them. So I would love to be able to provide more of those therapeutic services. The other part is the medicals. So we have a full-time medical provider. She's a PA, and she does a complete head-to-toe physical exam, as well as looking for any signs of maltreatment, and she collects evidence of that, if there is any evidence to collect. That is a very expensive service, and again, we do not charge anyone for these services. So we use the Swing Into Spring and the Change for Children funds, both of those, to fund those services.
And if people are interested in the Change for Children, that's done through all schools?
Yes, every school in Caldwell County. So if you have a child in school, I'm sure you've been hearing that they need some Change for Children. The schools compete against each other, the grades compete against each other, and sometimes even classrooms compete against each other. And so that's a very, it's such an important fundraiser, because it's teaching our kids to give back and to help other kids, because the child who's sitting right next to them could be, privately being abused. And so they're helping each other, and they're learning to give back to their community. And I think that's just the most important lesson we can give to our children.
And I think it helps to provide our community outreach personnel that we have. If you want to talk about
Oh, yes.
that.
We have a community awareness and outreach specialist who goes into the schools and teaches age-appropriate and just appropriate across the board body safety. So it's giving the kids a voice to say no, and how to say no, and who to talk to if anything bad happens to them, just who to report to. And she goes into all of those classrooms. She also teaches an adult prevention program. It's called Darkness to Light. And so if you would like to really help us, call us and have put together a Darkness to Light class so that you can learn the importance of preventing child abuse, because it shouldn't be on our children's shoulders alone. We as adults need to take responsibility and be the ones to protect and help our children.
The Darkness to Light class, how long is it?
It's 2 hours. So it is lengthy, but it's so jam-packed with information.
Helpful.
You have a discussion, there's videos, it's just very interactive. And so that's a very important part. And we would like to reach what's called the tipping point, where at least 5% of the community is aware of child prevention, because once you reach that tipping point, it becomes a part of the community lexicon, and we want that. We want everybody to know what to do, how to detect abuse, what to do if you are told that someone is being abused, who you report to, and how to best serve that child that's come to you or that you suspect is being abused.
And we've had some really good community groups, especially churches.
Mm-hmm.
The churches have organized trainings. I was in one of the first ones, and I know, Karen, you've been in them.
We would like
they
some more
have-
churches, though, to let us in.
Yes, we've had
So helpful.
we've had maybe 3 or 4 churches. Water Life did a really big one,
Correct.
but there's a lot of churches that are. It's just not something that people want to think about. But it's happening in your church. It is happening in your church. It's happening in any organization where kids are present. And it's, we want to be proactive. We want to be able to provide a safe place for all children. So please, your civic group, your organization, your church, call us. Help us to help you.
And I'm even sitting here thinking, I was like, it could be just neighbors.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be an official group.
Right, yep.
That's
The community can
Somebody that
decide
wants
do
to
it.
come
Mhm.
together and,
Yep.
and do one of these programs.
Yeah, there was
Sure.
actually an apartment complex that got together
Great.
and did a Darkness to
That's
Light
great.
in their community center. So
Okay.
any group of adults can get together, and we'll teach it to you.
Do you have a minimum size?
We like to have at least 10, but if we have 5 or 6, we'll do it. We can't do a one-on-one,
Right.
but minimum of 5 probably. We'd like to have at least 10 though.
One more time, let's go over the details for the Swing into Spring. I don't know why I have trouble saying that. Swing into Spring event that's coming up.
Well, it is coming soon, April 29th from 6 to 11. You can purchase a ticket, or you can purchase a reservation by going online, Robin's Nest.
CAC.org.
I found mine through Facebook. It's $75. A wonderful time, exciting time. We have raffle tickets to purchase. We have jewelry. We have the egg extravaganza. And we just have a really fun time together. So please come join us. It's a great time.
I'm going to ask because you've been over here dancing, and there's some comments that I can hear, but I don't know if the camera is picking them up. What's your favorite part of this Swing into Spring event?
It's not necessarily the dancing, but I do love to dance.
She loves to
But it
dance.
really is it's our opportunity to thank the community for coming to the event, for participating in the extravaganza and the raffle tickets and all of that. And it's just a connection. It actually brings physically a connection for the community in Robin's Nest. So that's what I like, the social side of it. I'm a talker, as you can imagine, and I just love getting to go around and talk to everybody, and it really is just fun. And I do love to dance too, but the social, personal connection is what I love the best about it, though. And with Change for Children, one other little thing I'd like to add real quick is every year we have special stories from the children.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, ducks? What was it, the little boy?
Oh, he made bunny. I think
bunnies.
it was bunnies.
It seems like it was. But one student started making bunnies to sell, to make money for the Change for Children for his school. Just wanted to do it, At South, one year, one of our little sweet Dana, one of our little Down syndrome children, was the first to give. The first day that it started, she came to the office to give because she said she wanted to help children. And and that just touched my heart. And matter of fact, that year I brought her with me to we always have a big celebration to celebrate the winners. South Caldwell usually is. But I brought Miss Dana with me because she just wanted to be the first one to help the children. That was the way she said it. I want to help the children.
I'll tell you also, we had an immigrant child who was working as well as going to school, helping to provide for his family. He chose to work for, I think it was a couple months, and donate all of that to Robin's Nest. That to me is unbelievable.
It is. Those kids are just
We had
so
one child who all that they could do was give a quarter. That quarter meant the world to all of us. Because that was what he could do. So it's not necessarily how much you're giving, it's the thought and the heart behind it that matters the most to us. The child that made the bunnies for everybody, he worked on that all summer long before school started and all during the school year until Change for Children started. And what was really interesting is that was the year that COVID hit and everything got shut down. And so we did not really have much of a Change for Children that year, except for him. We had some online donations and him. And so on a year where everything shut down and we could not have any fundraisers, he brought in, it was about $1,100.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That's big.
That's big.
that is
his
very
bunnies.
big,
Yeah.
but it's also, it just goes to show you that you never know when your contribution will matter more than you can even
That's
imagine.
true. Good point.
And as I'm sitting here listening, I think this should be a challenge to the adults in our community to step up, because if we have children, students working to give what they can,
That's true.
then it's time for
Absolutely.
the big people to step up.
And you can give online as well. Go to our event page and click on the Change for Children. You choose what school or what teacher, and you can give that way as well. We try to make it as accessible for people as possible, and so we've done everything we can to make it easy for you.
Great. Is there anything we've forgotten? I feel like we could sit here all day and talk about Robin's
I
Nest.
just remembered something. When we first started, our first year, we were receiving checks every month, and it was anonymous, and it was just for a few dollars. We found out that it was a little older lady, an elderly lady. She wanted to give because she had lived through that situation. And she gave for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And we found out who she was. And we took care of her. That was just, it brings tears to my eyes.
It does.
Because we made a difference. And she made a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of ways to be involved with a very important part of our community,
Yes,
a much needed part of our community.
Absolutely. And it's more prevalent than people realize. I mean, every year we see, on average, between 200 and 250 children every year from Caldwell County. That's a lot of kids, but we're no different than any other community. So if you think that it couldn't possibly happen here, it does. It happens here. And we know that only a fraction of the kids actually tell. You know, so there's a lot more kids out there. What we want is to provide a safer place for kids to grow and thrive. We want Caldwell County to be the safest place for kids to grow and thrive.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for what you're doing in the community. And we look forward to hearing more about and learning more about Robin's Nest and Swing into Spring. I think someone on our staff may be having plans to be there. Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
We hope so.
Yes, we do.
And we want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to be able to share about Robin's Nest.
Yes, thank you very much.
And thank you for watching Caldwell County Today.